Yeah, not really sure that quirk thing actually did for me. Doesn't really show up anywhere, so not really sure. It's an item. I know I think there's a skill point to show all the item or to have all the items. But I don't know why I just spent 20,000 bullets just to pick up that one item. Probably could have been useful for something else, and I think I have a lot of trouble getting back here. And then he's just disappeared. That's what I love. You die, and he's like, I'm out. But you need to drop a little lower than this. This thing, I think is bigger than it seems, or at least longer than it seems. Lol, what am I doing? Am I drunk or something? Jeez. Do I die here? I don't think I die. I do. Wow. I have a lot of trouble getting back here. Okay. I think I wanted to see if there's anything else in this area. I don't believe there is, but... yeah, that one was a little longer than this one. Or at least, for whatever reason, it was much harder to get through that section than it was to get through the first one. I'm trying to look underneath the platform to see if there's anything, like, secret underneath there. I don't think there is, so I just leave. But I just spent 20,000 bolts on an item that I don't have any use for, or really any understanding of why I just spent 20,000 on a Korg statue that was shoved in a freaking drainage pipe on a ship. I don't know. Regardless, we now have to go collect crystals in order to get the hypnomatic part. Or no, it's to unlock the way and then get the hypnomatic part. I think we get the hypnomatic part after the unblocking of that pathway where he moves the crystal. So far we have 3. I think he needs 9 to move the crystal, and then 16 or so to give us the hypnomatic part. Which definitely does take some time. Because these Yetis can hit quite hard. They do like a whole bar damage. And you have to just... for the most part, I try and ignore all these Yetis. Which is probably a bad thing. You know, it would be easier if I just actually went out of my way to kill them. But, I don't know. I found it easier not care about them. The Hydras are a little tankier and a little harder to kill. But I got a maximum nano attack increase right then and there, so it doesn't really matter, it looks like. I think I get all the crystals in this little plateau. It takes a while because there are, like, I think 101 crystals. And I think you need 25 to give to the mystic, the old weird dude. I think you need 25 to give to him, and then the rest you can sell for 3,000 a piece. At least in the first playthrough. I believe there's a second playthrough where you can get like 30,000 a piece. So you could definitely make bank in this world. It's just that if you want to deal with all of these, all of these Yetis. I think for the most part, when I went back to go redo, or to go collect the crystals, because I wanted the new suit of armor, I used this weapon, the upgraded version of this weapon, and I would, whenever I ran out of ammo, I would then kill myself by running into a bunch of Yetis, and then respawn back at the beginning, buy a bunch of ammo, and then go back using the rocket shoes to get around, because it's much faster than the long jump. Well, it's a little easier than the long jump to get off. But I would essentially just death abuse. But just look how many freaking Yetis there are. There's just so many goddamn Yetis. It's ridiculous sometimes. But yeah, you need at least 25 crystals in order to get through the game. Kind of annoying. Because Yetis are annoying to fight. Not the crystal collection. I kind of like the crystal collection from the Sand World because it was nice. It was relaxing. There was a few enemies, but they were pretty easy to avoid, and they weren't very tanky or durable, so you can just, you know, either kill them really quickly or just keep moving. These Yetis are just,
Your arrival with the Moonstones is most fortuitous, for it is in this very moment that I am able to move the rock.
Gee, what a coincidence.
Thank you, sir. That was most helpful.
Your gratitude is comforting, child. I have also found a piece of something called a hypnomatic. You may have it in exchange for more Moonstones.
Wait, I thought you had no need for material possessions.
Please, do not lay your burdens upon me now. I am weary from lifting the rock, and I must rest.
yeah, 16. Oh yeah, it's either 16. I think I die here. Yeah, I was like, okay, just kill me, whatever. Respawn me like 10 feet away, whatever. So I think now I go and head off into the cave before collecting crystals. I think for the most part I cut out the crystal collection. Not because it's... well, it gets really boring after a while. At least to watch. Because, you know, all I do is just bypass all the Yetis, so I didn't think that was very interesting to watch. Just to go beat up crystals and hydras. I think I missed 2 of them. There's either 4 of them or 2 of them. I think it's 2. I think I'm missing 2. Yeah, so this is the second way. I thought this was going to be for more crystals. This is a glider mission. Oh, don't I love glider missions. This one was... It's easy until one particular area, right before the end of this challenge. And it gets, like, really hard for no reason. At least for me, I had a really hard time trying to get through this area. So I barely have been hit a few times. And then you're supposed to drop down into here. I was like, okay, it's a pretty steep drop. But I was able to do it. This one is much steeper, and I could not, for the life of me, get that last drop. And then I had trouble getting to that drop because I was tilting, as they may say. As you may say. But yeah, that second drop is really steep because then you have to do 2 drops, and since you can't see where you're going, like you can't see how far the drop is downwards, you just sort of have to guesstimate and hope to God that you don't hit the wall in front of you or hit the floor, which I almost just did right there with the dust. And it's not a very tall room to be in. There you go. That took me like several attempts. Watching it now, it's like, oh, that seems easy. But when I was doing it, it's like, God freaking damn it. Why is there a second drop right here? Another infiltrator. I think I call that transponder or something stupid later. Because I'm smart. I suck at them, so, you know, you've seen me struggle with these before. There you go. That wasn't too bad. I think I used the plasma coil a bit in this world. Or the sheepinator. I don't think the sheepinator is fast enough for these guys. Yeah, not fast enough. The Proto-Pets seems to be the only way to level up the sheepinator. The upgraded version of the sheepinator is not even that bad. It's pretty good. What it does is it turns them into black sheep, and the black sheep then blow up. So it's pretty interesting. Would have made a lot of the areas really easy. A lot of the Proto-Pet areas, because then you can just turn like 1 and then have it blow up like 3 of them. Plasma coil is also a very good item, especially when it's upgraded. Because it shoots out this like ball of thunder that can hit like literally every enemy that it gets near, which makes things a heck of a lot easier. Too bad it only has 15 bullets, so you have to spend quite a bit of time trying to upgrade this weapon. Which is why it's pretty good with the I forget what they're called, the Proto-Pets. I think I swap over to the Mega Rocket. I think there's one-shots. Does appear to look like they one-shot. Wow, that's rude. Shooting me through the door. This room, you need the Hypnomatic to access. You need a Hypnomatic for quite a few parts, which is kind of annoying. It's kind of why I don't like the crystal collection, because they essentially they force you to collect 25 out of the 101 crystals, because you need the Hypnomatic part in order to build it. And I think you need 10,000 bolts in order to build the Hypnomatic after collecting the 3 parts. So, sort of compound. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. But yeah, so I think I should just hop over to this and start one-shotting people. There's a lot of these guys. I don't think I kill them all. I don't think I've killed them all yet. No, guess I did. Sweet. I guess I was adding like numbers in my head, just like there's a billion of them, and it's like, no, you've already killed them all, dude. Just relax. So I think now I go and oh yeah. So here is the armor. There's the $1 million armor, which I think protects 90% of you, and the one that I will be buying, the 250,000, which protects you from 66%. Ugh. Infiltrator, man. I mean, it looks cool, but it's just a pain in the butt to use. I wish they had like a little mini-map on that, just to show you where everything is. I do believe that opened the way to this, which will allow us to find more crystals. I think that's the progression. Either that, I'm just talking out of my butt. I'm not really sure which. But now we need to find 16 moonstones, or at least 15 more moonstones, in order to get the Hypnomatic part. So I think I collect about 5 or 6, or just throw my body into the ice, which I found the Yetis don't give a shit about cold water, and they can just stand on top of it like Jesus. So that confirms that Yetis are Jesus. They are descendants of Jesus. Confirmed. Totally confirmed. Just completely natural. We have video source proof of this. Yetis are people too. They're just big, white, and furry. Essentially, they're just furries. Obviously, that's a connection you should be making. Anyway, besides my rambling, I think we head off. I collect 5 or so crystals and then cut out, because I think I get kind of frustrated because I don't like dealing with the Yetis. They are big, they hurt a lot, and there's a lot of them. So if you don't have the right weapons, like I don't, you sort of just get screwed over and have a very, very hard time. I should also mention that the Hydra also does quite a bit of damage with this freeze. So, not a very easy time ahead of me in this area, so... But it is interesting to see these. And these guys, I think, can walk up here. I do believe they can come up and hit me. So I think they just got stuck on a ledge or something. Yeah, but there's just so many of these crystals. 101 crystals to get. You know, Kingdom Hearts, they had 101 Dalmatians you can find. And even that felt like a lot, and you had to do it throughout the entire game. This is 101 crystals in like a small amount of area where you have to try and kill a bunch of Yetis while doing it. And it still feels harder to do this than to do the Yeti, or to do the Dalmatians. That's what I meant to say. So I think I just speed up the collection process here because it is quite a bit. This is only the part that I recorded, and it was about 10 minutes longer to get the 15 crystals. I don't remember the exact amount of time it took me to get like all the 50s, or to get all the crystals, because I don't think I have all the crystals. I think I'm missing 2, and I don't know where they are, and it's really annoying me. So I'm getting 20 crystals so far. I don't know the maximum, but I think I mentioned this in a later video. The way I've been doing the crystal collection, or the way I did it, I I death abused with the Yetis. I would go out, collect a few crystals, kill a bunch of Yetis, and then if once I ran out of ammo, I would then death abuse to go back to the beginning to reload ammo, and then just use the rocket boots to fly outwards until I found more crystals. I have 27 so far. Okay, so I do end with 27.
Hello? We've got more
And 16 of this will
moonstones.
be used for the hypnomatic
No,
part.
you have not.
What?
Existence is a lie. Sensations are illusions. Possessions are merely visions.
Alright, I've got an illusion of some moonstones. I'll trade it for a vision of that hypnomatic part.
You have learned much, young one. Now bring me more moonstones, and riches shall
Jesus.
be your reward.